Okay, so hey guys, so today's video is going to be an in-depth swatching and review of the Urban Decay Naked Ultimate Basics palette. I just picked this up recently a couple weeks ago from Ulta, and this is the newest Naked palette in the series. This is their fifth Naked palette, I believe, that they came out with. I was kind of thinking about reviewing the entire Urban Decay collection that has come out for like the fall, but I haven't been able to try out the Liquid Moondust shadows yet, so I can't really review everything until I've tried everything out. But I have picked up quite a few things from their collection. I just have been picking up a lot of Urban Decay lately, so I've been loving a lot of their stuff, and they just came out with some really great things for the summer and fall collections. I think this is part of the fall collection. So yeah, this is what the palette looks like, and it comes with 12 eyeshadows, and this is what the outside packaging looks like. Very pretty packaging. And then it says all of the names on the back like all of their palettes do. And then it also says it does come with a brush as well. Now, I purchased this at Ulta. You can also get this obviously on UrbanDecayCosmetics.com. You can get it at Ulta, you can get it at Sephora, and you can get it at Macy's, wherever they sell Urban Decay. You guys know Urban Decay is a pretty famous brand. I'm pretty sure everyone in the makeup industry has heard of Urban Decay. So I'm trying to do more palette and in-depth reviews of products on my channel, so now I'm finally sharing with you what my thoughts are on this palette, because I have been trying it out and I really wanted to review one of these palettes for you guys. So this palette does retail for $55. Now, I think that's a little bit steep, comparing that the other Naked palettes are only $49. You're paying an extra $5 for this palette plus tax. It's kind of a pretty penny. It's almost like a $58 palette with tax. I think that's what it would be. But I actually got this with a Ulta birthday coupon, so I got it for $10 off. So I basically ended up paying a little bit less than what a regular Naked palette would be. I haven't really compared what the grams and the size of this is, but that's okay. I don't really do that in my reviews. I basically just jump into the packaging and the swatches. So that's what I'm going to do for you guys. So this is what the packaging looks like. I'm pretty sure I've shown this in the haul video and in my favorites video, but I'm going to show it again. So that's what it looks like. It's a very pretty packaging, and it just looks like a starburst, so I think that's really, really cute. And then it just says basically nothing on the other side. It's just plain. It's pretty sturdy packaging. I actually really like the packaging of this. I feel like it's a really nice plastic, so I guess that's why it's so expensive, but it does come with the same amount of eyeshadows as a regular palette. So I really wanted to give a review on this because I have been trying it out, and I have used it like 4 or 5 times. So I have used it, so forgive its appearance. It doesn't look too bad. So just come with this big mirror when you first open it, which is great. I think this is a really great, decent sized packaged palette. I think that Urban Decay is just bomb with their packaging. And then these are the 12 eyeshadows that you get in the palette. Now this is an all matte palette because I just dipped my finger into one of the shades, and people were asking Urban Decay to make an all matte palette. So that's what they did, just for, it's basically like combining the two smaller Naked Basics palettes, because I actually don't own either of those. So that's why I wanted to buy this, because I don't own either of those palettes. So I thought this would be a great buy for me to try out a lot of mattes from Urban Decay, because even though I have all of the Naked palettes and I love all of them, I feel like that this formula might be even smoother. So I am going to give you my thoughts on it. So it does come with a double-sided brush. As you can see, it comes with like kind of like a crease brush, and then it also comes with like a little smudger brush for your lower lash line. So that's really cool. I actually use their brushes all the time. I think their brushes are amazing quality. And then I'm going to go through the 12 shades that you get in the palette. Let's move a little bit closer. So the first shade is called Blow, and this is a really pretty, you know what, I'll just give the description after I swatch them. So that's Blow. So this is the first row. Nudie, Commando, Tempted Instincts, and Lethal. And then the second row is Pregame, Extra Bitter, Faith, Lockout, Magnet, and Blackjack. So we're going to go through each and every one of the shades, and I'm going to swatch each and every one for you. Just trying to make sure like everything is good. Okay, so this first shade is called Blow, and I'm swiping it just a few times just to show you the pigmentation. Again, I think that the pigmentation of these I think are amazing. So that's what that first one looks like. Really beautiful. Not matte brow bone highlight. It's a really pretty like whitish gold color. So that's what the first shade looks like. Really pretty. I really have been loving this on my brow bone. That's like usually the only one that I use. Then the second shade is called Nudie, and that's what that one looks like. Finger swatch, and then I will swatch it on my hand as well. These are going to swatch very light on me because I'm very fair, but they apply amazingly. I'm wearing this one in my crease as my transition shade, so I will tell you what I'm wearing on my eyes today as well because I'm wearing the whole palette. But it's not really going to show up too well because I have really fair skin. Let me see, just dipping it in with a brush if I can get it to... No, it's not really going to pick up any product, but I'm telling you, it applies amazingly with a brush. So that's what that one looks like. Again, it's going to be very faint because it's basically my skin tone. So then the next shade is called Commando, and this one is more of like a grayer. It's like a little bit more of a cooler tone shade as opposed to the other one, which is a little bit warmer, and it's like a light beige color. This one is more of like a matte, light, cool tone brown. So that's what that one looks like. Again, really gorgeous right there. Then the next shade is again another cool toned eyeshadow, and this one is called Tempted, and this one is a little bit darker than the Commando shade, and this one is more of like a medium tone, cool tone brown. So that's what that one looks like. That one is Tempted. So that's what that one looks like. Then the next one is called Instinct, and this one is probably the most different shade compared to the other shades in the palette because you do have a couple of really pretty like pinky shades and red shade in there. So this one is called Instinct. Again, swatches so good. Really pretty. Really love that shade as well. And then the last shade in the first row is called Lethal, which swatches, again, finger swatches are on point. Like, not one of these shades swatches badly for me. And then that's what that one looks like. It's going to come off a little bit patchy because I kind of swatched it over my wrist. So that one is called Lethal, and this is more of like a deeper toned, medium, like reddish brown shade. It's really pretty. Instinct is more of like a dark mauve shade, and I really like that as well. So that is the first row, and then we're going to do the second row for you guys. So we just did this whole first row right here, and then we're going to start with this shade over here. So this shade, this is like a yellowy toned shade, is called Pregame. Again, one of my favorite shades. I wear this all over the lid a lot because I really have been getting into more of like a matte eye. So I wanted to show you that one. So that one is Pregame. That one's going to show up a little bit better than below, and this one is not matte. I mean, this one is matte. There's only two shades in the palette that aren't matte, which is a little bit weird because it's supposed to be an all matte palette. Like, they claim right on the packaging that it's supposed to be an all matte palette. It says it right there, and two of them aren't matte, but you know, that doesn't really bother me. I like my shimmery shades, but yeah. So this one is called Pregame. Really pretty light banana yellowy kind of shade. Then the next shade is probably my favorite one, but I gravitate towards these kind of colors all the time. This one is called Extra Bitter. Look at that. It's such a gorgeous, like, orangey, rusty brown. Look at that. Isn't that so gorgeous? And look at that swatch. That's, like, super opaque. Really beautiful. That one swatches beautifully. Then it does get a little bit of kick up, but nothing you can't really handle. Then the next shade is called Faith, which is right here. That one is a really pretty warmer tone brown, which I think that it's great, this selection of browns that you have in this, and these are a lot more pigmented, and they're a little bit darker. So that one is called Faith. Really gorgeous. Again, such a gorgeous swatch of that one. And then the last brown shade in the palette is called Lockout. And this one is darker than Faith. It's a little bit more cooler tone, but still staying to the warm side. And it's a little bit deeper than Faith. So that one is Lockout right here. So that's what that one looks like. And then we have 2 gray shades in the palette, which actually, why can I ever talk? Which actually I haven't used yet. So, but I am going to swatch them for you. So this one is called Magnet, and this one is a gray. It does look like it has a sparkly overlay on top of it, but once you swatch it, it looks pretty matte. So obviously this is a straight up gray shade. That actually swatches really nice too. So that's what that one looks like right there. And that's like a medium toned gray shade. I probably could have used it today when I went out this morning to Temple, but that's okay. And then the last shade in the palette is called Blackjack, and this one is a matte black. Let's see how black this one is. So that one is called Blackjack. Let's just swatch it down. Ooh, that's actually really good. That actually swatches really nice too. So that one is Blackjack. So as you can see right here, all of these shades in the bottom row swatch beautifully, especially Extra Bitter and Faith. Like, look at those two. Aren't those gorgeous? So yeah, now I'm going to give you my thoughts on the palette. I really do love this palette. I have been enjoying it. It's been like probably my go-to neutrals palette recently. And I've been wearing it with a lot of Urban Decay lipsticks. I did basically an Urban Decay look today. And I really have been enjoying it. I really have been loving it for more natural makeup days. I did wear it today, and I just think that the eyeshadows blend beautifully. I think that they're super smooth when you dip your fingers in. These are probably the most buttery mattes that I've felt from Urban Decay, because I don't really own any other mattes besides what are in the Naked palettes. So yeah, I really have been enjoying it. So let me know. Now I'm going to tell you what is on my eyes. I am tired, guys. I'm sorry. So for my look today, I just put in a little bit of nudie in the crease. I did like the simplest eye you'll ever see in your life. So I did nudie in the crease, and then I darkened up the crease a little bit more with Commando, and then I put a little bit of Tempted on to define the crease a little bit. I was just going to keep it bare, because I was literally just going to throw on like 4 eyeshadows, because I'm pretty much doing jack shit tonight. But I wanted to throw on a look like really quickly for the video. But it didn't really do much, but at the same time I kind of like how it looks. And then I didn't even do an outer corner shade, because I already had concealer on and everything. So I just decided to go in with Pregame on the lid, which I've been loving on the lid. And it's just a really pretty, subtle pop of, whatchamacallit, shadow on your lid. I just think it really gives you a lot. It like opens up your eyes a lot. I really like that shade. And then for the brow bone, I just went in with Blow. Like I've been saying, I've been using that on the brow bone constantly. And that's basically it for my eye look. And then I went in with a little bit of mascara. Excuse me. But then on the inner corners, I did put a little bit of Urban Decay's Single Shadow in the shade Midnight Cowboy on the inner corners, just to add a little bit of shimmer. I've been loving doing an all matte eye and adding a little bit of shimmer on the inner corners. And then I just took Faith and a little bit of Tempted, I believe. Was it Tempted or Lockout? Maybe it was these two. I think it was these two. So I took a little bit of Faith and Lockout and just smudged that on the lower lash line. And that's basically all I used from this palette. So yeah, I think that this is a solid palette. I think this is a great palette for somebody who is a beginner. For somebody who doesn't really own a lot of neutral palettes, I definitely recommend this. People that were saying that they didn't really recommend it were people that were basically already makeup hoarders that don't need another neutral palette. But I am one of those people as well, and you know that makeup hoarders are going to pick them up anyway. But you know, it's called a basics palette to really help people who are beginners really just learn how to use eyeshadow. So I think that's what it's really good for. So I really do think it's like a basics palette in like, you know, obviously a bigger version, which obviously that's what it is. So I think that they did an amazing job on this palette, and yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I'm so tired. I'm sorry. I didn't really get much sleep last night. So yeah, I really have been enjoying this palette. I have used it about 6 or 7 times. So far, every single time, I really have been loving it. I especially love the look today because I really like how simple it is. And yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about the palette. I just know every time Urban Decay comes out with a Naked palette, I will pick it up. The only one that I don't have is the Urban Decay Naked Smoky palette because I didn't think that was so essential for me to have since I had the other three. And I liked the other three more than that one. Then I ended up returning it. But yeah, these are the swatches again, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So please like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram as CBW819, and my Twitter is PokerFace819, and my Snapchat is PokerFace819. Also, I didn't really throw on any foundation today. I just put on concealer. And then I put on some bronzer, blush, and highlight. And then for the video, I just put on this palette right here. And then I put on Urban Decay Stark Naked on my lips. So I basically just did a Urban Decay look today. But I did use a different highlight today. But when I do no makeup looks, usually I don't do a foundation. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So bye. And let me know if you guys are going to pick up this palette. I'm sorry I'm so tired. But bye.